This is Mel Murray, and I'm the director of RCIA and Adult Faith Formation at St. Anne Catholic Church here in beautiful Beaumont, Texas. And I'm glad you're here with me today. It is Saturday, the day before Palm Sunday, and we're moving into Holy Week. And this is such an important time of the year, and I just wanted to talk to you about it a little bit. There's a lot of despair going on right now. This isn't our regular Lent. This isn't the way we usually spend Lent. And we're moving into Easter, and this isn't going to be the way we usually spend Easter, but it's still Easter. So there are some things some really great ideas that people have had, how to help celebrate these while you're at home, possibly alone or with your family and not being able to go to church. One of the really good ones that I liked, and we posted a link to it on our Facebook page, was about getting greenery poems if you have them. But if not, then it's some branches from some other plants or bushes that you have or trees that you have, and using those in your home, bringing them in with you during the Palm Sunday Mass, which is going to be streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube, and to have those with you. And once the Mass is over, to hang them on your door or display them somewhere outside, to really show people that Palm Sunday still happens and that we still celebrate, and this is still an event in our lives. And it's not the way it usually is, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. So we can do things to help celebrate and help really bring this Holy Week to life. So that's one of them. And so what I'd like you to do, if you do that, if you hang them on your door, or maybe you're putting it together now and you're going to hang it on your door and bring it in when you watch Mass, then to send us pictures and post them here under this video if you would. The other thing we talked a little bit about, and then we sent an email out that had some more information about setting up a home altar, someplace where you can focus when you're praying, when maybe you're doing morning prayer, starting your day, ending your day, in the middle of your day, any time of the day when you kind of need to get away and talk to God. It's a nice thing to be able to set up a space where you can focus. So I'm going to show you our home altar. One of the things about having this time together as a family is that we talked about doing a home altar before, but we never got around to it. So we had time to do that now. So we've done that, and I want to show you ours. So we're going to pan over here, and first and foremost is the cross, which is the center of the altar. It's the focal point, and from all that, everything else emanates from that. Salvation, which comes from the cross. And we have a couple of Mary images there, Our Lady of Sorrows, and then if we go down on the actual altar itself, you'll see we have some prayer cards. We have animals, so we don't like the actual candles. We have some little electric ones that we have going. And we have our Mary candle, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Our Lady Undoer of Knots. My husband's Bible is on the altar. And then we have some holy water from Lourdes, an icon that I love that was a gift, the flight into Egypt, showing us again that our Lord has gone through hardships himself, and he knows what we're doing and what we're going through, and he's there with us all the time. And then we have St. Joseph's candle, and some gifts that we have, some prayer cards that are important to us, our card for spiritual communion, which we use when we watch Mass, when we participate with Mass while it's on screen virtually. So that's our altar. I'm going to post a picture of it and put that here as well. If you post your pictures of your altars, and also, I mean, it doesn't have to be as much as that. You know, it can be something simple. It can be a cross and a Bible. It can be a cross and a rosary. It's that place where you're able to move away and really converse with God. And since we don't have our church building, we're creating sacred space ourselves. So I'd ask you to do that, even if it means while you're participating with the Mass virtually, having a cross or a rosary next to you, a prayer book next to you, so that there's changing that space that's next to you, whether it's near the TV if you're watching it on the TV, or on the table next to you if you're watching it on the computer. Okay, so there's that. So we have home altars, we have using palm or palm substitutes during the Mass on Palm Sunday. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about what it means to celebrate alone when you believe in the communion of saints. And basically it means we never celebrate alone. I know sometimes it can feel very lonely, not being able to gather together with family and friends and worship the Lord in that way. We miss the Mass. We miss receiving the sacraments. This is a difficult time, but we're not in it alone. And even those times when we're separated from the Mass through a screen, we are still celebrating with the entire communion of saints. All the saints and the angels are with us, and they're praying with us, and you're never alone when you do this. The entire church around the world is praying with you. And I love the communion of saints. I love the theology behind it and the belief and the faith, and it sustains me. But I don't know if it's ever sustained me more than it is right now. Knowing that the church prays together, that even when I'm alone praying, even when I'm separated from the sacraments, that through the communion of saints and the angels and the saints in heaven, as they celebrate in heaven, I'm brought there with them. So I just kind of want to leave you with that reminder that you're never alone. We're moving into Holy Week. We have the Triduum coming up, and I'm going to do another video on Wednesday and give some ideas as far as how to celebrate that. Right now, I'd really recommend that you go to our website, and if you scroll down a little bit, there are a couple of links. One is for the Order of the Mass, which sometimes when you're alone, not surrounded by the rest of the parishioners, you don't remember all the words to the prayers. You're used to saying them. It's kind of like if you're used to singing in a choir and suddenly you're singing alone, you don't have that same input. So it has all of the responses, and I hope you'll like it. It kind of takes us through the Mass. And personally, I like reading some of the prayers. I know them, but I like to read them. I like to focus on those words. The second thing is a packet, which we also received in an email, that has Liturgy of the Word, ways to celebrate Palm Sunday and the Triduum Holy Week. So if you want, I'd say go ahead and print that out, take a look at it. Do as much as you can. Don't get down on yourself if it's not perfect. This is a different time. This is a different way of celebrating. But regardless of what we're going through, of how much things have changed, God never changes. His love for you never lessens, and his joy in your prayer never lessens, and he is there for everything you have to share with him, whether it be praise or lamentation, whether it be joy or anger. Share everything with him and really take advantage of the gift of these days when we can focus a little bit harder. Stay strong, stay safe, stay inside if you can. If you're not having to go out and work, please stay home. If you do have to go out and work, please stay as safe as you can, and we are praying for you. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you again next week.